Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Now, on the channel today, I am introducing a new series, which I will be reviewing a good portion of manga currently on Shonen Jump. Now, this is manga that is available on like Shonen Jump Plus or the Viz app. I don't have a name for it, so it's gonna be Shonen Manga TM. That's the name as of right now. So, yeah, let's just get into the video, shall we? And no time to waste. Butt naked in, just like I did with your mother. Let's jump into it, shall we? We have Chojin X Sui Ishida's new works. I didn't know that was pronounced Sui until I actually worked on my Japanese a little bit. So, Sui Ishida. It's hard to say. It's like a tongue twister. But yeah, Ishida's new work is Chojin X, which is basically about these monsters called Chojins. It's kind of Tokyo Ghoul inspired, but the art's way different. And yeah, overall, everything's a lot different. It has chapters twice a month or so. Ishida's trying to take care of his health because after what he did in Tokyo Ghoul Re weekly, yeah, that man needs to take care of himself, or else he'll just overwork himself, which it's a common thing in Japanese culture, unfortunately. But yeah, I see no reason why not to just try it out. I gave that like a 7 out of 10 is my personal rating. Black Clover, it's a good manga with a pretty good story. I don't see how everybody says it sucks. I mean, yeah, they don't kill off characters, but I don't know. I feel like that's a good thing. And some characters might actually die. The final arc. The manga is going on a hiatus for 3 months, so if you want to catch up, now's your chance. And some panels, the art is really good. Yeah, there were some shorter chapters near the end, but I think that was just showing that he needed a break / hiatus from that. So I'm glad he's taking care of himself, and can't wait to see what it brings in the future. I have this at a 9 out of 10. Ayashimon. It's the same person who wrote Hell's Paradise who also wrote Ayashimon. Basically, it's kind of a delinquent manga about this guy who just punches his way into the Ayashimon world, which are kind of like monsters or creatures. They're most like yokais, is basically what they're like or inspired by. And yeah, overall it's pretty good. The art's good. It's got a lot of like action because it's a delinquent manga. I say delinquent manga because I don't really know if it is one, but I would count it as one. So yeah, if you're into that type of stuff, read it. I give it like a 7 out of 10. One Punch Man. Do I even have to say anything? Saitama is Saitama, the most iconic bald guy, coming second place because Johnny Sins exists. The art is honestly out of this world. Like, I think it's Murata who does the art. So good. I don't like that motion I just did. So good. It's okay. Nobody will clip it. But yeah, the art's amazing. The story only gets better from the anime, like after the anime. So if you want to, continue reading it and you're on the fence, read it. It's really good. It's on Shonen Plus or Viz Media app, which it's just called Viz on iOS and Android. No, I'm not sponsored. I'm just, hey, I would love a Viz sponsorship in the future, but we got a long way from there. All right. But yeah, I have One Piece at a... One Piece? I have One Punch Man at a 10, not One Piece. Akane Banashi. Now, this is a new series about a type of performance called Rakugo. Basically, Rakugo is telling a story while sitting in one place. Now, imagine if I was just sitting here, zero movement. I'm just sitting here and I'm like telling a story. You can use like body movements, but I'm not like moving this way or moving this way. You're sitting in one place, and you're basically like telling a story. I didn't know what it was. I feel like the manga explains it for you if you don't understand, which I don't think anybody knows what Rakugo is. At least people like my age, because We've never seen anime about Rakugo. Nobody talks about it because it's kind of like extinct, I guess, at this rate. I'm sure people still do it, but I'm sure it's very rare. But yeah, overall, it's a good manga. It has like 20-something chapters. It's basically, I don't know, it's a revenge story type thing. Because basically this girl, she wants to, be at the top because her father got kicked out of the Rakugo school. So it's kind of interesting. The art's, it's above average, the art. Yeah, I would give it like 7 out of 10, once again. Shugamaru protects me. Dog shit. I don't know how this is still serializing. Probably one of the most boring manga I have ever read. If this doesn't get axed, and Phantom Seer did, I really don't understand Jump at all. This is a 4 out of 10 being generous. It's just, it has nothing going for it. It's trying to be a gag manga, but it's not even interesting as a gag manga. Just don't read it. It's not very good. If you want to try it and you enjoy it, hey, you do you, but it's dog shit, is all I'm going to say. Anahako, also known as Blue Box. Now, Blue Box is a manga about a badminton and basketball duo, I guess. Basically, they live under the same roof because of circumstances that I'm not going to go into because spoilers. And yeah, so it has like sports element, it has romance element. It's a very shoujo-ish manga in Shonen Jump, which I feel like Shonen Jump really needed more romance manga because there's not a lot of it currently serializing in Jump. Or at least in like the main department of Jump. So yeah, but yeah, I would check it out. I have it at like an 8 out of 10. It's really good. It's got like 50 chapters, so you can binge read and have some fun with it. Owl No Exorcist, now also known as Blue Exorcist. It is probably one of the best manga serializing in Jump. Now, it recently went on a hiatus, it recently came back from a hiatus, because it went on hiatus for a year because the author was working on another work, and then she came back and, making new chapters. It's a monthly manga, keep that in mind, but it has over 130-something chapters. They're each 20 to 40 pages. The chapter this month was 20 pages, but usually they're like 30 pages. Good art, good everything. Only thing I have to say about Blue Exorcist is it really overuses screen tone. I don't know if that's the right terminology for it. I'm not a big art guy, but like the black and like the manga panel and like the back, Tokyo Ghoul uses it a lot, but it uses it well. Blue Exorcist, it just overuses it in my opinion. But yeah, that's my opinion on that, and it's honestly one of the greatest series in Jump as of right now. 10 out of 10. IGN. Doron. I got the name right. This is a series with about 20 or so chapters, and it has a kind of a Demon Slayer plot to it, or a theme, I guess I could say. Basically, there are these Mononoke, which Mononoke are basically demons, if you want to compare it to Demon Slayer, and there is samurai, which slay the Mononoke. So yeah, it's kind of your run-of-the-muck shonen, but honestly, it's pretty good so far. I would recommend it if you're bored. I have it at like a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Yeah, I don't really have any complaints with it. It's just good. It's not amazing, it's not perfect, but it's not dog shit like Shugamaru. So yeah, I would give it a shot. If you guys are wondering why all of these are like, hey, you literally, I'm just saying, hey, you should give this a shot, because most of the manga I read besides Shugamaru, I like. So, yeah. Jujutsu Kaisen. You know what? If you guys can't read, stay away from Jujutsu Kaisen. It's all I have to say. Now, Jujutsu Kaisen does have a lot of dialogue sometimes, and is somewhat complicated to understand. I was going to say explain, but that would not fit. It's very complicated to understand at times. I mean, I know how small-brained a lot of you shonen manga readers are, because you only read shonen. But, sometimes you gotta work that brain and start, actually reading, not just looking at the pictures. But, yeah, honestly, Jujutsu Kaisen, one of the best manga in Jump as well. Probably in the top 3 Shonen Jump currently serializing. And yeah, I also have that at a 10 out of 10. It's amazing. Just read it if you like the anime. If you didn't like the anime, don't read it, because the manga is worse than the anime in my opinion, because more dialogue. But Mappa does such a good job that the manga can't compete in my opinion. High School Family. It's basically a gag manga about a sister, dad, mother, and brother. And basically, the mother is obviously not supposed to be in high school. The dad? No, I don't think so. This little sister is supposed to be in like elementary school, and the brother is the only guy that actually belongs there. And it's kind of like a funny gag manga. It's not very story oriented. So if you want to, have a manga that is very story based, this isn't for you. But if you want a gag manga, you can, read every week and maybe chuckle at. I don't find it hilarious, but it is pretty funny, honestly. So, if you want to give it a shot, hey, give it a shot. P, 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 or 6P, whatever you want to call it. It's a music manga about a child who is an outcast from his family because he cannot play the piano like the rest of his 7 other siblings. And basically, he's outcasted by his father because he's not a prodigy. And so he wants to prove him wrong, essentially. So he goes to his mother, visits her in the hospital, which I don't actually remember why she's in the hospital, but he always plays the piano to her. And it's kind of, I don't know, a weird manga because it's music, and I feel like music is very hard to describe with words. I feel like it's all up to your imagination to a degree, but it's also the manga's author's job to make it immersive, which they do a decent job most of the time, but I just don't feel like it translates that well. If you're into trying new manga, go for it. But I probably have this at like a 6 out of 10. It's nothing amazing. I feel like it has potential, but will it fulfill that potential? Who knows? I mean, that's pretty much every manga in Shonen Jump. It has potential. That's why they let it into Shonen Jump pretty much. So, who knows? Sakamoto Days. Sakamoto Days is probably one of my favorite series in Jump as of right now. It is about a retired hitman who was the greatest in the world, but now he's fat. But he still got the moves. He can still, kick some ass. And, basically, it just has a bunch of, crazy turns. And, basically his past life kind of comes back. And he's this assassin as the fat version of him, which nobody notices him. So that makes it kind of like 10 times more funny / like, this is dope. And, overall, it's got a lot of, like, action. And it's a little bit of comedy as well. And I just want to say the art for the fights, oh my god, this person's like god at doing it. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. I think it's a guy. This guy is nutty with the art, let me tell you. Spy Family, you're probably tired of hearing about it, but if you like the anime, read the manga. I do love Spy Family, but it's being talked about enough that I will refrain from talking about it too long in this video, because this video is probably already longer than my other ones. With that aside, thank you if you're still watching, because I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate everybody who watches, and it means a lot. So thank you, and hope you continue watching. As long as I make good content, hopefully I'll have people to watch, and I appreciate you guys for that. Thanks. Yozakura Family. This manga is about a boy named Taiyo who basically joins the Yozakura family full of spies. Now, we just had Spy Family, but now we got this. And basically all of his parents die in a car accident, and he has no family. And Mutsumi, which is the head of the Yozakura family, is like the only one there for him. And basically he commits her life to her. He commits his life to her. It's kind of the same way, like, it's a mutual feeling of love, I guess you could call it. So it's not like one of those stalker mangas, or, I don't know, it's not weird, like, the relationship's not weird. Only complaint is that the ability names are really long, and, how do I pronounce that in my head when it's some weird ass word? Like, I get it, you can kind of skim over it, but I like to pronounce the things in my head. but maybe that's just me. Yeah, I have it a solid like 8 out of 10. Lastly, we have Sugoi's smartphone, also known as Super Smartphone. Now, basically, it is about a man, or a boy, I guess I could say, who is a genius. And ever since his brother died, he just stopped, like, trying on a lot of things. And just stopped being, happy, I guess. Basically, he gets this super smartphone. I think it's Gugu is what it's called, yeah. And it basically has access to all the information that is currently available around the world. Now, if the information is not available, that phone cannot get it. But if it's available, it can receive it. Now, it has really, really high potential. I think it can be one of the best series in Jump. And yeah, there's a lot of concepts that you can put in with it. There's a lot of rules that you can put in. You can make it somewhat complex and very story based. So yeah, I'm glad to see where this goes. I can't rate it yet. There's only 2 chapters, so yeah. Anyways, guys, that'll do it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.